You were not made for this world. You were made to redefine it. But instead of rising, you've been hiding. Not because you're weak, but because you've been trying to survive in a system designed to shatter you. You see too much, feel too deeply, connect dots no one else notices until it's too late, and you've been told to tone it down, dilute it, package your soul into something digestible. Enough. You don't belong at their table. You were born to build a throne. So stop pretending your vision is a flaw. It's a weapon of clarity, and it's time to learn how to use it. Because you are not just intuitive. You are not just sensitive. You are a quiet seer, and you're about to remember what that means. In this video, I'll give you what the world never gave. A framework for your fire. A doctrine for your depth. A blueprint to structure what you've always felt but never fully owned. You'll receive 10 commandments. Not from belief, but from experience sharpened into law. We're not here to soothe you. We're here to sharpen you. Because if you've always known you were different, then this isn't content. It's a mirror. Stay, and claim the structure that was built for your kind. Commandment 1. You shall not apologize for perception. You were born with vision that cuts through facades. You don't just see people. You see through them, and that scares them. So they call it overthinking, overanalyzing, sensitivity. They want you blind, because if you see clearly, they can't lie safely. But here's the law. Never apologize for seeing what others deny. Your perception is not a glitch. It is not something to fix. It is something to refine into precision. If your insight isolates you, good. That means it's working. Commandment 2. You shall remember. Solitude is your weapon, not your wound. You've spent your life alone in rooms you couldn't explain. While they fed off noise, you were fasting in silence. Not because you were broken, but because clarity is forged in the absence of distraction. Your solitude wasn't exile. It was initiation. You don't get your strength from crowds. You generate it in stillness. And when you finally stop treating your withdrawal as weakness, you'll realize the battlefield was always internal, and you've been training there for years. Commandment 3. You shall not worship the loud. The world rewards volume, performance, shiny deception. But you weren't made to bark. You were made to build gravity. Let them go viral. Let them scream into their algorithms. Your impact doesn't need an audience to be real. It only needs alignment with truth. You're not a performer. You're a seer. And your quiet is not passivity. It is coiled force. They mistake your silence for submission. Let them. You are not here to be heard. You are here to be felt. Commandment 4. You shall alchemize emotion into insight. They told you. You were too emotional. But what they didn't understand is that your emotions are not floods. They're data, signals, patterns. According to Jung, when the conscious mind becomes one-sided, the unconscious compensates emotionally. That discomfort you feel? It's not weakness. It's a message from the self. When your body tightens around a lie, believe it. When your gut recoils in the presence of chaos, track it. Your emotions are not noise, they are code. Shadow codes, archetypal signals, and your job is to translate them into weaponized clarity. You don't drown in feeling, you forge with it. Commandment 5. You shall protect your depth from the shallow. You've been leaking your essence into people who can't even swim, offering ocean to those who only wanted puddles. Stop. Not everyone deserves access to your blueprint. Your depth is not free. It's a vault, a kingdom, a frequency only the initiated should enter. From now on, gatekeep your soul. Not out of cruelty, but out of strategic sovereignty. Your presence is a resource. Distribute it like fire. Not everyone gets to touch it and survive. Commandment 6. You shall not betray your inner voice to be understood. You've spent too long translating yourself into smaller languages, softer tones, easier versions, just to be tolerated. That ends now. Jung called it the persona, the mask you wear to function in society. But the mask was never meant to become your face. Your voice is not meant to be digested by the average. It's meant to disrupt, ignite, awaken. If they don't understand you, good. That means you're speaking from a level they haven't reached. Stop flattening your signal just to fit their receivers. Let your truth roar in the language it was born in. Let the world rise to you. Commandment 7. You shall honor your visions as real. You've doubted yourself because your dreams didn't match the data. You saw it before it existed. You felt it before it was logical. And they called you unrealistic, idealistic, delusional. But that's because you're a forerunner, not a follower. Your visions are previews of futures not yet built, systems not yet understood, truths not yet accepted. You don't wait for validation. You lead without permission. If it came to you, then it came to you for a reason. Build it. Commandment 8. You shall not dim to survive. Adaptation is not always evolution. Sometimes it's slow self-erasure. And you've been dimming. You've been shrinking to stay in rooms you've already outgrown. Rooms where mediocrity feels safe and clarity feels rude. But you weren't made to blend. You were made to stand. And your light doesn't need consensus. It needs sovereignty. Let them be blinded. Let them squint. Let them leave. You are not here to be palatable. You are here to burn through the fog. Commandment 9. You shall recognize the shadow as sacred. You keep trying to be good, clean, controlled, acceptable. But the parts of you you've buried, the anger, the envy, the raw instinct, those are sacred. Jung warned, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. That's your task, to turn your shadow into your ally, to face the internal split between the person you show and the parts you repress. You were not meant to delete your shadow. You were meant to train it, make it speak, make it kneel, make it serve the mission. Because your light without shadow is just denial in disguise. Commandment 10. You shall rise. Not tomorrow. Not once it's safe. Now. No one is coming to give you a throne. You either build it or you stay in exile. The world needs your mind, your vision, your fire, and not the diluted version. You are not broken. You are not late. You are not too much. You are a quiet seer, and you've just remembered who you are. You've heard the call, not just with your ears, but with your entire nervous system. So now the question isn't, was this meant for me? The question is, what will you do with it? If even one commandment struck something ancient inside you, then this is not entertainment, it's activation. So subscribe, not to follow, to align. This channel doesn't exist to soothe the masses. It exists to awaken the quiet elite, the rare minds who've always known they were built for more. Comment below which commandment branded your mind the most, not for validation, for signal. Let the others find you, because your silence is no longer serving you, and your story is not finished. It's finally beginning. This was never about belief. It was about recognition. You weren't waiting for a new idea. You were waiting to meet the part of you that never stopped watching. The self. Jung called this process individuation. Not becoming better, but becoming whole. You don't need permission. You need movement. So go back to your world. But carry this with you like a map burned into your palm. Let it brand your silence. Let it rewire your voice. Let it crack the systems you once obeyed. The quiet seers are no longer quiet, and the next time they ask you, "Who do you think you are?" you will answer, "I'm one of the rare ones who sees clearly, and I no longer apologize for it."